Mega Vonin, everybody. It is Poteen Bowen with another rotation video. This one will be a red line captain. So I'll go through the red line, I'll go through my virtues, I'll go through the LIs, and then I'll go through the rotation. I will be in standalone, and I'm going to be using my archer. All right, so the first thing is we're going to go through a red line, which is lead the charge. So I have a react to battle, which is obviously going to increase my devastating blow. Light of Inlandell, which I'm not going to use too much. Pressing attack. It's an area effect, but I don't really have it on here because I'm more set up for single target. So I'll just drop one target, move on to the next one. Deafening shout. This is all light damage increase. Martial prowess is actually lets me attack faster and my damage is increased, so that's a good one. Heightened allies. My Herald Archer does 60% more damage and 15% more for Herald and Archer mitigation. Make them bleed, 20% more bleed. Hardening Heart. This will let my melee strikes 15% more likely to critical. Telling Mark. This is incoming damage plus 5%, so I do throw that on right away. Usually Penetrating Cry, which Routing Cry now has an attack speed buff of 15%. Time of Need. I will be using this too. It does cost some morale, but it will increase all of my melees, cleansing, cooldown, corruptions, things like that. Advantage. Oh, yeah, Adventurous Attack. Laminate. Shadows of Laminate triggers an additional light damage when used on telling marked targets, and I have that bad boy right there. Grievous Wounds. This is another bleed, or with using Grievous Wounds, which is going to be this one here. No, this one. So just increases the bleed damage. Arterial Strikes, which is going to be more of a critical damage, critical buffs. Impactful Blows, two-handed damage increased by 10% to all two-handed weapons. Improved Standard of War. That's one I have to drop on the ground there, but it improves my melees. Damage increases, buffs. It's a buff. Melee skill power cost restraint, so my power cost is down. Fellowship of the Blade, your inspired Blade Brother and to Arms Blade Brother apply minor bonuses to the rest of your fellowship. This is going to be another Grievous Wound, so now the cooldown is down by 10 seconds, and 15% Grievous Wound damage over time, critical magnitude. Oath. This one is Oathbreaker's Shame. This is another one. Increases my damage coming out by 35%. So pretty good. You'll see me use it here. I can't remember what. I think just fighting triggers it. And then we have Elite Companions. So chance of Herald and Archer attacks to reduce enemies' mitigation is 30%. And 25% of Herald's health, power, and damage. So that's a good one. As you unlock these, this level here and this level, this is how you get these. So Ready Blade, 10% melee damage. Cutting Edge. Cutting Edge increases your critical chance and critical damage for a short time. Inlandell's Boon. Blade of Inlandell causes your next Shadow of Laminate to deal additional damage, and it deals 20% more damage. I don't really use it all that much because it's more used for at the end of a fight, because this will eat up your battle hardened state, which I'll explain here in a minute. Stand Alone, which is an ability I am using with this one, and this just increases my physical mastery and tactical mastery. Blessings of the Blade. You gain a personal benefit using Inspire, and you gain a personal benefit using Arms. Master of War. Critical hits. Sorry about that. Inspire will grant your Blade of Brother 25% more critical chance for 5 seconds. The Standard War grants all allies stack critical buffs. So that is the Lead the Charge. I do have 1 point, and it costs 2 to come out of line instead of the regular 1 point in the line that you pick. So this is reversal. Critical effects increase your melee damage by 3%. Okay, virtues. I'm going just damage virtues. So confidence, because it gives me buffs to evade, finesse, and critical rating. Patience also does evade, critical rating, max power. Uh, Zeal, which does might, physical mastery, critical rating. Valor, which does physical mastery, finesse, critical rating, and physical mastery attack. Those the passives. And I'm doing wit, which is a finesse rating, critical rating, physical, tactical mastery rating, and also passive on the bottom. All right, so that is my virtues and my actual class trait. Next, we will do our allies. So for this ally, I'm using a two-handed sword, or two-handed axe, I apologize. I'm using Herald of the Lion, which is obviously buffs, single target, attack critical, Shadow's Laminate damage, grave wound damage, and vocal skills healing. And that's so when I get, I'll use Rally Cry, but it can be buffed on a defeat event, which is when you defeat a mob. And this is my banner. So I have a Herald of Lion, single target attack damage, battle shout damage, devastating blow, and pressing attack damage increased, and sure strike increased. Also, I have critical rating there on the bottom, and I have critical rating on the bottom. All right. So now time for the rotations. So I am using my archer. I am using the buff standalone. And then what I'm going to normally do is with telling Mark, I'm just going to throw that on the mob right away. If there's multiple targets, then I do have routing cry, but I will only use that after defeat also, unless I'm in trouble. After that, I like to use either battle shouts or defensive strike. Do not use one or the other. Do not use both, and I'll explain that in a moment, because both of these are going to trigger something called battle ready state. Battle ready state is increased melee damage, critical damage, and or tactical damage, and cleanse corruption cooldown. Also applied on critical is for 7 seconds, 3% melee damage. Now, when I do that, I can access pressing attack or devastating blow. But because I am in a single target setup, I'm going to use devastating blow. This will give me what is called a battle hardened state. So I have to go into either defensive strike or battle shout, but don't use both because you're going to rotate it next time to get into your battle hardened state again. That'll make sense here in a minute. So using devastating blow, you're going to get battle hardened state. That's going to give you outgoing healing modifier, incoming melee damage, incoming ranged, incoming tactical damage, and 15% melee critical chance. Also, it has the same one there. Upon critical or enemy applied to self on critical enemy defeat response, I will get 15 seconds of 3 melee damage. Okay? So then after that, I'm going to use Masterful Strike to arms. Okay, this is just going to give me another buff for 25 seconds, but it also does damage. It has a 1-minute cooldown. Then I'm going to go into Grave Wound and Improved Cutting Attack. These are both dots. They also have little buffs on them. This one does. So those two I want to put on right away. Then I'm using Gallant Display, which is a 2 attack damage. It does up to 5 targets, so it is an area effect. Then I'm using Inspire Self-Determination. This restores power, does damage, also increases my damage and decreases incoming damage. And then I use Shadow Laminate, which is also going to be a big hit, but also going to do light damage. Okay. Then I'm waiting for that to come back around. Which one I didn't use? So say I use Defensive Strike on the first rotation. The second rotation, I'm going to use Battle Shout and then go into Devastating Blow again, and then whatever comes off of cooldowns here. Now, there is also a couple other things. They have a mechanic. So the two mechanics that the captain is going to be using is the Battle Ready, Battle Hardened state, and also something called defeat events. So when people are defeated, when you defeat a mob, it makes Routing Cry. It turns it into a stun and increases the damage up to 5 targets. Also, Rally Cry increases the amount of morale I heal myself. So you can use it out of a defeat event, but it's really more beneficial if you use it after you defeat a mob. Courageous Heart will be a mitigation you probably see me use on. It only lasts for 10 seconds, but you probably see me use it on the bosses, big signatures, big pulls. Cry of Fury is an ability that heals myself and stuff. So this is kind of my get out of jail card. Time of need, it will actually use morale, but it does increase, has huge benefits to the buffs. If I get a big pull, I will also use Oathbreaker, which is 25% incoming damage. Improved motivating speak. These ones both have, this has a 3-minute cooldown. This has a 1-minute cooldown. So you see me use this definitely when I go into battles in the beginning. Wrath of the Firstborn, hopefully I don't have to use it, but I may. And Blade of Enlindel, I may use it, but only on the end in order to attack people because it is going to burn my battle hardened state. So I try not to use it unless I have to because it will use up my battle hardened state, which is a beneficial buff. Also, there is improved standard of war, and this I'll just drop on the ground next to me, and it will give me huge buffs. All right. So here we go. Let's go pull the first mob and see what happens. So I'll probably use Mark of the Tell and Battle Shout to do it. So what that means is I will not use Defensive Strike. See, I'm just going to go to Shift 2 right away. Then go to Shift 3. I guess on Shift 4, I should mention that. That is my Interrupt. Now I'm going to go right back into my Battle Hard state. There we go. See, on Defeat Event, right over there, it showed me that I can now use my Morale. Or the other one. Now I'm going to show you something here. Also, I take these abilities off of my Heralds, and I put them down here, and I'll show you why I'm going to do that in a minute, because I will... I need to put this here, I'm sorry. Not this one. I will be going into... so the first target, I'm actually going to use my Herald's ability here. And then I'm going to target the next one. So I did control at the end and control here. And then I am going to do this. Battle readied. Get some bleeds on here. And as you can see, my routing cry is up, so I can use that. It'll stun the whole... Now I'm just waiting for stuff to come off a cooldown. Do that. And that. There we go. There we go. We'll get some battle hardened state up here. We use routing cry. Love that area effect. Got it. It also does a little bit of stun. We're gonna cleanse ourselves, get a little morale. There we go. Alright, we're gonna put that on. Defensive strike. Now there are other events that actually trigger them too, but I'm not going to be using those. There we go. We're going to try to get out of here. I don't want to get in there. I don't want to get in that poison. There we go. Alright, so we got that one cleansed. There we go, defensive strike. Do routing cry. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, we need to find this guy. There he is. Fellow bleed. Gotta cleanse ourselves when we can. Boom. Oh, okay. That's new. I don't remember them blowing up so much last time. Alright. Let's see what do we got here on our tracker while we're waiting. And to bring this up, that's just Shift I. Brings up your legendary reward track. Alright, let's go this way. So if we go fast enough, we're going to try to kill both bosses. The one at the end, that's a tough one though, so. Hold it together, okay. Bleeds. We're going to put a buff on here. There we go. That was a lot of mobs. So we got a 5-minute cooldown on that bad boy, I believe. I'm just gonna keep. Boom, there we go. So I think I'm just gonna let my pet pull first. He's got 2 abilities here. You got a bleed and a not bleed. And a cleanse. Goodbye. We should have one more bomb here. Here it is. Boom. We got some bleeds on us here. There we go. Alright. Now we can put some bleeds on them. Heal ourselves because that mob is dead. There we go. Deep in the crack. Alright, so we're not going to call the caller yet. We're going to try to pull this front. But how we do that is I go up to the pillar over here. And I wait, but I make sure that this guy is not walking this way, which it looks like he will be. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to wait for the next rotation around. There we go. Okay, we're going to run all the way out of here. I need you to follow me. Sir. Okay. I thought we grabbed the blight collar, but it looks like we didn't. Alright, now we're going to try to run across there. We're going to push him back into that corner. This is the one we're going to chase. Oh yeah, looks like we got both. Alright, so for this one, we're going to throw some buffs out there. We got a battle hardened state up. We're gonna shout. Battle hardened up again. We're gonna throw a little heal on ourselves. Alright. So not too bad. I did have to get into some of my buffs I didn't want to get into yet. But that's fine. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is when we hit this guy, he's gonna spawn 2 mobs. So I'm not gonna actually do that part. I'm gonna put my shield on. And I have that one, and I'm gonna put my battle standard down. So let's hope. Let's see how it goes. Okay, these are the ones I want right here. First one down. Oh, I want this guy. I want my battle hardened state up. This is the guy. This is the guy. Ooh. Dang it. Okay. So I'm gonna let my herald attack first. That's what I want. Oh, I need to drop my standard too. Okay, okay. We got this. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. And I didn't do almost any of it. Alright, there we go. Okay, my herald obviously got caught up somewhere. That's good. That's good. So that one increases my damage, but I would rather have bow and arrow. But I need to remember to drop my standard this time. My buffs are coming back, so this should help a bit. Oh, take my time. Take my time. Oh, we still got a minute. Don't spawn them out right away. Remember that for the future. I've already defeated this guy once. I'm obviously going to drop this in right away. All right. Almost ready. Come on. Now I'm gonna let him throw his arrows first. Then I'm gonna go in and take care of the other guys. There we go. All right. All right. All right. Now we're gonna try to beat this guy down. Okay, he's green. Oh, I was doing it the wrong way. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna do this guy. We've decided. I shouldn't have went for the extra. I went for the extra damage. I should have done it. Now I gotta fight without this again. I think we figured that out pretty good. How long does this last? 15 seconds. All right. All right, let's get these guys down. All right, let's get our standard down now. Now get some bleeds on here. All right. Ah. Better than nothing, I guess. All right, we're just gonna run around apparently for a little bit. some bleeds on there, I guess. Ah! Ah! All right, so not working well. One more. The red line is, the damage lines are so hard on 6-man instances. I take quite a bit of damage. All right. We got one more of these. Let's do this. I'll do battle heart. Yeah. There we go. A little bit of shout. Off the tail. Ah! Oh. Go for the hope one, I guess. Just too much for a DPS, you know? Maybe I need to worry about the tank guys. Or the worms a bit. Alright, this is the last one no matter what. If I fail, awesome. If I do not, then I will be doing... I'm going to do rotation recap no matter what. So... There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. I need to get out of there. One down. We did it. Hooray, wooden chest. All right, we finally did it. Got a little bit of running around, but you know, that's going to happen when you're doing red line. It's not a great tank line. It's not a great. So we're going to go over the recap real fast here of our rotation here. Obviously, I was using sure aim a lot to pull the targets first. Then I was using this. I thought that was a bleed, but it's not. So I don't really want that at all. So don't even worry about that one, honestly. That there. There's no heals, so that's where that's at. So yeah, the rotation, I'm opening up with Telling Mark. Then I'm using Battle Shout or Defensive Strike. Don't use both. Use one or the other. Because then that's going to trigger Battle Ready State. Then you're going to use Devastating Blow or Pressing Attack. And that's going to unlock Battle Ready State or Battle Hardened State. And that's where you get your buffs and your that's where your big buffs are going to be. Then I like to hit them with Masterful Strike to Arms. Then I like to put Grave Wound and Improved Cutting Edge. These are both dots. Gallant Display, Inspire Self-Determination, and Shadow's Lambent. Now, I could use Blade of Inlandell, but I don't because it gets rid of my Battle Hardened State. So I don't use it very often because the Battle Hardened State is much better than this, unless you're using it on like the last mob. Then Routing Cry is great by itself, but if you wait until a defeat event happens, which is where you kill a mob, this actually gets buffed. It does a stun also and increases damage up to 5 targets. This also gets increased. Rally Cry will become better healing if you wait until a defeat event. I was using Courageous Heart. The only way you can access these ones is through standalone. And then I did use Cry of Fury, which is a heal and heal over time for 1 second every 10 seconds. I didn't really get into Time of Need only because I don't like eating my morale for that. Bothers me for some reason. Improved Motivating Speech is one I do use pretty often. It has a 1 minute cooldown. This one I used Oathbreaker's Shame. It has a 3 minute cooldown, so I did use it there at the end. I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, I did drop improved Standard of War 2 at the end, and I do use the Archer. So if you have any questions, anything like that, please leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, you can please leave those in the comments also. I think that's about it. I'm usually on Twitch daily. Now, Sundays and Mondays, I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online. I'm learning that game. That's the only other MMO I play right now is Lord of the Rings and that one. And Saturday nights from 7 to 9, I am part of the official LOTRO stream. So be sure to swing by there. Once again, if you have any questions, anything like that, don't hesitate to call me. I'm on most social media. I'm streaming on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. So thank you guys so much. And until the next video, may you continue your adventures with the Heart of a Hobbit. Thank you so much for watching.